Right, time to do another one of these. I think I've been not mentally well today. My head's fucking... It's like if there was a fucking door that when you opened it, it was all like kids' lunchtime. Oh, fucking hell. This was like engaging with my head in a sort of any kind of way. These are really nice. They're called scofflets. This is a fabulous word, but they make you look. I'm fucking look like a fucking toddler because I've eaten a fucking chocolate. I wear a lot of white clothes. I can't be eating this shit. You see how quickly that happened? And how much? You got to fuck around. I'm gonna die from I'll put my scofflets. Fucking lovely. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about sweets. No. I don't know if I can fully connect with how the specificals of what I've been thinking. There's just so much fucking nastiness around, man. Horribleness. More and more horribleness. People talking shit about other people talking shit. As well as fucking scary. And again, like I saw a post earlier with all the automaticalness that you see happening. Everyone's flat earther, anti-vaxxer, Tina. It's just, people suddenly have a smug self-satisfiedness about them because of it. It's like I'm fucking leagues beyond that shit. So let me tell you, you have no fucking idea what I'm prepared to fucking believe, motherfucker. What I do believe, what I do fucking sense and feel and know. I know you. He's restless, his ear is still gunky. The woman didn't come today. She's coming on Sunday, but apparently she's not confident. She doesn't know what I want her to do about it. And I now think that she's right, because I did a couple of days ago want her to just cut it off, but it smells too bad now. It smelled icky earlier, because like the insides of things often do. But it's getting more and more fucking strong. But he's not bothered. He's not bothered, and there's no wetness around it. It's dry, but it does stink. It fucking stinks. But I've just been doing a disinfectant wipe, so I'm loath to use soap and water, which would be good. But their ear hole is like just on that frilly flat, but then it's vertically down. I remember a vet showed me once how to put the stuff in for the mics, and so you've really got to find this bit, and then it was like literally like that length of thing, and she went and push it in there and then pull it out slowly so it lines the side as you go up. Quite a clinical skill, actually. Anyone can do it, but you need to learn how to do it properly, and you could do it very wrong. You know, you squeeze it before you've inserted and all that sort of shit. And you could get it quite catastrophically wrong by not doing it properly. So I don't want to start fucking around with soap and water in there in case, like, I don't know if it's how terribly bad it is if water gets down there, and I just want to speak to a vet before I do that. So in the meantime, he fucking stinks. It's not his fault, and he's a lot more happy the last few days, which makes me happy. Not as happy as it should do, really. Not as happy as it should do. I'd love it if we could get him out. To be honest, by now it's his choice not to. He gets as far as the dog. And it would be difficult to legislate because when, the dog goes out occasionally, but not for long, for a few hours. She's normally here, and she's very enthusiastic. Very enthusiastic. And so even if he went near her, the way that she does that to cuddle you, he would think that was an attack. And he would fucking react if she came in line, and she'd be like, "What have I done?" She really wouldn't know what she'd done wrong. She'd be like, "Cuddling you." Bless her. But I want you to see the garden. You'd love it up there, mate. There's a few other cats that need fucking jogging on out the fucking road as well. And one of the boss's cats, he bottled it the other day. There was a fucking ginger Tom, and he was a hard looking fucker. And look at him on the wall like that, and he was like, his eyes were fucking steely. And he was about 4 or 5, bruiser. He wouldn't fucking take you on though, would he? I bet he fucking wouldn't. He is a bit of a fucking bastard when he wants to be. He really is. He's a bad-tempered fucker. Aren't you, mate? Aren't you? Fucking right you are. It depends though, because he can be a pussy. He can be. Hate that word. But well, I don't hate that word. It depends how you use it. But yeah, like I've seen him just scuttle under the bed at the sound of a noise, and it ends up being another cat. So what the fuck was that? And he just runs under the bed. But if he's somewhere and he sees another cat, and if you see him, just think, fuck off, and then the cat walks towards him, then he's like, right, if he's ready for it, he fucking goes for it. He fucking goes for it. But yeah, another clean-up. He doesn't smell so bad now as he did. So I'm just going to keep at it with them and just hopefully reduce as much of the dry, smelly shit that's coming off of him. It can't be nice. But he's not biting or scratching. He's not ill. He's eating and drinking. He's scampering about. He was in and out. He's, he's active. So that's all good. But yeah, I was supposed to talk about mental health. I can't because I don't want to go into all the fucking details of what, but it's like my madness is just fucking going through the roof about shit. And, like to apocalyptic levels of shit. And not even before that, just like I don't know, there's a fucking energy. There's an energy, and I can feel it when it moves, and it disgusts me. It's vile. And it's happening. It's horrible. And it's really difficult to maintain an air of positivity when there's such an air of helplessness and hopelessness. And just the constant fucking, I've been listening to a bit of Keep It Smooth in the car. Again, it's fucking adverts. But it's the tone of voice. All of that is so coercive. It's like hypnosis. It's like hypnosis. The things they say, the language they use. When you know about hypnosis, and then when you've not watched telly for a couple of years, a few years, and then you go back to it and you listen to the way that they present things, and it's vile. It's like being in a manipulative relationship with somebody, emotionally manipulative. That's what watching the news is like. Really is evocative, deliberately emotionally evocative and coercive. And then, the frequency has stopped. That's an actual thing. Like, I never know how many people have watched how many of my videos, but I described the frequency before. I remember, I wrote about it on the Schizotypal page, and it was just taken as loads of people were hearing similar things and said, I've been hearing these every night since I was 9, and shit like that. You get taken seriously on there. And it's like, that really flies in the face of people going, oh, it's a label. What's about being schizotypal? What do we have a label for? It's not a label. There's people talking about real fucking experiences of weird things that are scary and frightening and odd and complex. And people going, you're fucking mad, you're fucking weirdo. And socially excluding them, which makes them worse. Personality disorders are made worse by society and their attitude towards personality disorders because they don't understand them. That's one of my 5 core principles. I don't even know there's 5. I'm coming out with all the old classics tonight. I don't know why. But, it's just been a real fucking struggle today. I did manage to eat. I'm pondering with the idea, although I have been eating a few sweets, but I had a McD's breakfast, and then I had a protein bar thingy just before my workout, but I was feeling hungry on the way from my workout, but then I came in and I ate chocolate and had an energy drink, and then I fell asleep. And I woke up and I realised I hadn't taken my meds. That was probably what I felt, isn't it? But then after concluding with Dr. Blooperty on last Monday, whatever it was, that fucking the Elvance isn't classed as a, I said it doesn't really affect the mood. And he said, no, not in the same way. It doesn't. It doesn't. It affects the level of activity in a lot of areas of the brain and the intensity of things, but it's not prescribed to be a mood regulator, is the point. So when my mood's shit, that affects my functionality, and the meds are prescribed to improve my functionality. That was the point we were making, and he just sort of agreed. Basically. So I don't know, he's, without me asking him to tweak the meds, he did say there's no point doing it now, but it was obviously that was in his things that he was ticking off in his head. There's probably a set list of questions at certain points in the interview when it's like, can I resolve this with a medicinal intervention? Can I resolve this with the talk therapy? Would this be the right time to do this? Blah, 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 all that sort of shit. Does this sound like something which might, if I tweak the meds and they see an improvement, can I then say I've done some of my job because I've made an improvement? Because that is better. Not better, just better. But he's leaving that for now. So that's actually quite cool. I don't really care. I wasn't looking for more meds. But I don't know if that's what he was sort of then finishing with when we talked about meds and the mood. And I said, because I had to just be honest with him. And, people might call that medicine-seeking behaviour. But you think, well, it's this kind of powerless situation to be in then, isn't it? Because you're at the mercy of a paradigm of other people the whole time, that if you describe a symptom, you go, oh yeah, he knows what to say to get the meds. I heard that so often when I worked in mental health. He knows just what to say to be on the right meds. Because, there are medical equivalents of basically fucking like cannabis, alcohol, cocaine, amphetamines. I mean, they don't even lie about being amphetamines when they're prescribed, amphetamines, called dexamphetamine. That's what I'm on. Exactly the same stuff that gets you fucking twatted, except it's clinical and whatever. It's the fucking same shit, basically. It's amphetamine, works in exactly the same areas of the brain and produces exactly the same results, just to different intensities and frequencies and rah rah rah, according to pharmacology. It's very fucking complex. But yeah, I haven't really known what this is. At least I could probably say that a lot of my low mood was caused by the lethargy from forgetting to take my fucking meds. But there's always a part of me that's thinking, for fuck's sake, I don't fucking remember anything, ever. It was literally on any day, I've either burnt my dinner or lost my keys or spent an hour looking for my wallet. It's like, I'm a fucking nightmare. It's not funny anymore. It's not fucking funny anymore. It's literally to levels where it massively affects me. Like having to walk to my car twice yesterday. I somehow managed. I don't even know what was real anymore. Because my card is always in my wallet. And I went to pay for my clothes at TK Maxx and my card wasn't in my wallet wasn't in my bag. I was like, fuck, I've got to walk back to my car, and there's buildings like there, so I have to walk all the way around. It's about a 10-minute walk, but it was about a 15 or 17-minute walk with me going, got back there, opened my wallet, there's no card. I'm like, for fuck's sake. Go back and look in the car, I lose my shit. Come back, just to say what time you open till. I need to go back to Tesco's. I've literally just used it before I came in here. I must have dropped it in Tesco's or something. And I walk in and she went, it's here. What do you mean it's here? How's it here? I said, you saw me open my wallet and me discover that it wasn't in there. How the fuck did I manage to take my card out on one of those occasions? Why wasn't it in my wallet in the first place? Because all I remember is opening my wallet and then going, what the fuck? Can you imagine watching me do that? But like, you know, that's the level of scatty. And it was like, I then forgot that I'd moved the car. I moved it halfway across the car park. It's quite a big car park. Not like American big if you're watching in America, but it's like, it's enough of a fucking walk to make it hurt. A lot. And I moved it halfway back, but then I walked all the way back because I forgot I moved it. And then I swore loudly for about 10 minutes, walking up and down, going, the fuck is my fucking car? And I was like, you moved it. Like 20 minutes ago. So then it was like, I actually walked 3 times longer by trying to save myself to walking half as far. And by this point, people are in stitches at me. And it's like, it stops being funny. It makes funny stories. But then if I try and say that to people when they're laughing, I'm instantly being funny and being snotty with them. And I've got an attitude problem. And then they all start to like talk to other people. So I can't be honest about what's going on for me, ever. And it's, I don't know. You're all weird. You're all weird. I'm weird. I'm definitely weird. Because that makes you all weird. Because you are. I'm the fucking same as you. Fucking normal. I'm not a human. I'm in a human. I'm not inhuman. I'm in one. I'm in this one. I'm here for now, for today. I'm within me.